and welcome to another round of Rostrum Roundup. We had a great week last week. Hope you managed to make it down here. Another great week this week. Over to you, Pete. What have you found?
Okay, so I might start straight away with the slightly controversial area. Well, not really controversial, but risque is the word du jour, and it's an Australian piece of studio pottery.
Word du jour?
Yes.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
All right, so it's an Australian studio pottery piece, and quite interesting in that it does have some painting decoration on it, so a nude. Because a lot of the studio pottery usually tends to focus on a Puritan sort of level on the glazes, but here they've decided to put an interesting subject matter on there.
Any stamps or anything? Foundry marks on the back?
That's the first thing you always try and look for. And then of course there's always the fun in trying to decipher the marks, see if you get lucky and identify it. Anyway, there's nothing on this one, but it's still a pretty little piece. And so I put an estimate of 80 to 120 on it, our fail-safe.
How about you, Adam?
Okay, thank you, Peter, for your nudity, but I'm going to go back to my age-old love of industrial gear. And now the thing with being in the auction game is we have quite a few experts in this room. There's one or two at this table, but all of us have decided we have absolutely no idea what these are. Now these are cast brass corbels, for lack of another word. They could have been put on the side of some theatre chairs, maybe some sort of corbels on some fine furniture. They're beautifully cast. They've all got lovely faces up top. They're all exactly the same. There's near 10 of them. My guesstimate would be 300 to 400.
Interesting. Okay, let's see how they go. Over to my first one now, and I'm going to choose this little leather-clad piece here. Now, it's taken me a while to realise what this is, or what it was, but we've got the King's coat of arms there, as you can see. Probably got a military context to the coat of arms as well, with the castles, but it's certainly English, and I'm dating it as turn of the century. What it was used for in its previous life, it would have been about this high, and it was to carry shells for cannons. So they basically put the shell in there, just let that off a sec, and just throw it into the cannon like that, and then take it out and put the lid back on. But it's been converted into an ice bucket, which I think is pretty good. I assume that's what it is. The taller ones they convert into stick holders.
I thought it was a top hat box.
No.
Beautiful.
No.
Money?
250, 350.
Cheap.
And it's molting. Now, what about you? What's
Okay,
number two?
so I will back that up with my mystery object, which is a Japanese item, and the Japanese have a great sense of presentation. Everything comes in a box and comes with a little axe. Could always come in handy. So it has an inscription on it, unfortunately, and no one here can read Japanese. So I'm just thinking, considering the ball peen hammer, it might be like a farewell gift for a carpenter, maybe like a retirement present. It doesn't matter, it just looks beautiful, nicely presented in that sort of silvered finish, and put an estimate for an interesting item, 100, 150.
It's very strange. Now, what have you got next?
My next two items are these pair of spires. Beautiful big spires that would have sat aloft a brick wall or something at an entry gate of a McMansion somewhere. They're very early. I would say they're probably maybe 1940s or something similar. There's a bit of damage to one, but it'd still be able to be bricked in and put in place, and they're just a beautiful, big, stoic looking thing. 200 to 300 my guess, yes.
Yeah, I love that architectural stuff.
It's beautiful.
Very
It really is
specialised.
beautiful.
Very nice.
Yes.
Good find. Okay, over to my number two. I'm going to go something a bit different here. It's a motor vehicle. I'm a little bit obsessed with old Land Rovers. I don't know if anyone's noticed. I found this beautiful 1983 long wheelbase Land Rover. This might not mean much to the majority of the viewers, but it's the only V8 that Land Rover ever made with those old vehicles. So it's a typical Leyland Brothers kind of vehicle, but it's in really, really good condition with low kilometres and what have you. Very clean inside, good panels.
So not your car.
No, it's not mine, no.
I get the thing behind
You
it.
get it?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
My,
Yeah, good. Do
my
you get
old-
it?
My old man drove a Land Rover brand new in 1976.
Yeah.
He drove it around the country 11 times.
It'll be still going, yeah.
Yep. Great machines. I've got so many memories in the back of one of those cars.
Yeah, they're good fun. So do I. Learned to
Money.
drive on one around about 9 to 12 grand. I know that seems a lot, but
It's all relative.
it's because it's rare. It's a really,
Yeah.
really rare model, that one. Petey, what have you got up next?
Okay, the last thing for me is the Hornby train set. And
This is more Adam's kind of fodder.
oh, well, you know, you spread your wings. This little interesting tin toy setting works on a mechanical clockwork mechanism. This is not the original content because originally it would have come with tracks, so it would have been ready to play. So someone's assembled all these other locomotives and carriages. The date varies also in them. They're probably from the 1940s going to as late as the 60s with those with the plastic wheels. And estimate-wise, probably 80, 120.
Okay. I went to a model train show with my two very young sons one day. It was a very strange day.
They're different. They're different.
I met a few regulars. Okay, over to you.
My third and last is this beautifully fashioned tractor seat.
Yeah.
Now,
I saw that and I knew that you would have picked that.
Some fellow has spent
Left
a lot
it
of
right away.
time. They've spent a lot of time fashioning this tractor seat on top of a. I think maybe it might be a camshaft with a tractor seat on top and the rabbit traps for. There's a drink
Footrest.
holder and for stirrups, for lack of a better word. I'm going to throw it out there. It's a one-off. I don't think that would have been mass-produced, but it's one of those kooky things that blokes like me love. And estimate-wise, 150, 200. Won't find another one.
Okay, so my last item is a pair of chairs here. Now, don't get carried away, they're not old, but they're certainly fashioned on the Art Deco period with a touch of futuristic styling with the stainless steel arms. They're once again early 21st century, but they're really quite nice and damn comfortable.
We do have quite a lot of that stuff throughout this week's sale with the closing down of the retail outlet. So there is a lot of that stuff, and it's all here, very relatively priced and good to go.
I'm putting maybe 1,500 to 2 grand for the two.
Yeah,
Somewhere
I think that's a fair price.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
fair, isn't it? Okay,
a fair price.
but retail you'd be paying about 2.5 each for them. I know that much. Okay, so thank you for watching. Now we have a few online sales which we should bring to your attention also, which are closing this week. That would include Japanese sale. Take a look at that. That's more like mid to late March, but all the items are on there in catalogue format. We also have the French copperware, which is closing this Thursday. We spoke about that last week, and we also have a French decor sale as well online. So with French-inspired decorative items for the home. Anyway, take a look. And hope you enjoyed watching. See you next week.